Hey guys, it's me, Daniel of the YouTube Outsiders. I'm using my voice for the first time, and I will be using text in some videos and voice in some videos. So in this, I'm going to talk you through the time I've played the demo of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which is a new game coming soon. And I'll keep quiet while this cutscene plays. Okay, that was tense. What was more? Okay, so off we go. Off we went. I must admit, guys, that when I played this demo, I didn't really... It was actually the first proper Kirby game I was playing. I'm not really a Kirby guy. I haven't really played a lot of Kirby in my life. Last time I played a Kirby game before this was probably the first Kirby game, one of the Kirby game, classic Kirby game demos on Smash Bros. Brawl. And that was years ago. Anyway, I got to grips with it eventually, and before I knew it, I was busy inhaling and spitting. Kirby is a very unique character, and he's very good at taking down enemies. I must admit, I love the look at this game already. The graphics were just superb, and you could definitely tell Nintendo put a lot of hard work and effort into it. So it's already made me interested for when the full game comes out. As I kept progressing, I noticed the skyscraper up ahead, and that's when I realized we were in a big city. I thought it was going to cut to a cutscene, but no, it just kept going. And I was wondering, are we going to see lots of people? It kind of looks like a blend of Kirby and Super Mario Odyssey. Then I discovered this unique ability, in which I was able to use a sword, and I thought it seems to put a pinch of Legend of Zelda in it. In case you don't, for those of you who play Smash Bros, you might remember that Kirby has the ability to absorb abilities from enemies he ingests. I recognise the music as well, similar to the Smash Bros music. Same song, just different way of playing it. Ooh, yep, I took some damage. But that can easily be made up for with certain foods you get on the way. Such as this. I do try and be thorough. So this game is actually very interesting. And yeah, be careful. For those of you who haven't played the demo yet, there are bomb throwing enemies. You can drop your ability by holding the Y button, but I chose to take it back because the sword seems the most powerful form so far. I decided to KO all enemies, that's why I went down here. So, must admit that the game and the music, they're very top notch. It definitely shows how much games have evolved over the years. Oh, I ran into that one. as I continued, we found what appeared to be an abandoned shop, and I was worried there was going to be a horror theme in it. But instead, we found this. Now I found this quite amazing, because Kirby can take control of vehicles, but then again I did remember seeing the thumbnail of a preview and it showed this. It was very interesting to play this. So in this form you had the ability to turbo dash and turbocharge your way through things to bash certain items. You were basically a makeshift juggernaut, with not just a makeshift demolitions expert, or you could say a makeshift ram. It's kind of like the Landmaster from Star Fox, as Falco would say, smash anyone and anything that gets in your way. The only problem with this car, which you'll see eventually, is that when you're in this form, you could not properly jump very high, which meant, well, see for yourself. I won't spoil it. Always try and be thorough. Oh dear. There, I fell there. It's very creative how they come up with obstacles and ways to overcome them in this game. They definitely went all out to make the game very, very testing, very challenging. So, well done to Nintendo. High points again for creativity. This is the downside of having a car. You can't jump high, so you have to disembark from it. Fortunately, I was allowed to keep the Legend of Zelda Link form, so I like to call it, with the sword. And I'll keep quiet while this next cutscene plays. So, I was a bit confused what's going on at first, due to my lack of knowledge of Kirby, because I've always thought the Waddle Dees were enemies, but I could be wrong. It all depends on what happens further in this demo. Maybe he'll give us some explanation. And with that, we freed her. I had no idea who she was, but she was clearly in danger. And I recognise that theme tune from Smash Brothers. So yeah, she doesn't this creature doesn't introduce quite yet. I was confused at this point. I always thought the Waddle Dees were the bad guys, but apparently we have to save them in this game. Turns out this poor little soul was the only one to have survived the attack. So you get yourself a companion, which can help in 2 players, I think. Kirby has volunteered to help, so we'll help. I like how we're able to keep our link cap. Yep, the character is called Kirby. So this person is Elephant? I hope I said the name. Elephant? I think that's how you say it. Okay, so now that we completed one, we go to the other. I did wild mode for each of them, just to let you know. So, with that, off we go. And you can't jump. Turns out you couldn't jump on them like Mario would, so that's me not knowing a lot about Kirby. And I had to run away from this one, but I managed to get there and ingest him. Keep ingesting him. Just keep going. Those bunnies, it turns out, can jump really high, and they are enemies. And we unlock another form, Cutter. I decided to give it a try and take out that sleeping enemy. Now we progressed further on down this way. Eventually we come across a vending machine, and to my surprise I found out that you could absorb this as well and make it form. And this is quite interesting. It's kind of like a walking tank with legs instead of treads, and you could shoot cans as if you were in a rapid fire tank. I found it quite cool. They came into usefulness when we dealt with those enemies. Those bunnies are a bit annoying. They look too cute to be enemies, if you ask me. But nevertheless, we kept going. And we replenished our health, and before we know it, we were just busting through like one big juggernaut. I wanted to be thorough, so I just went back to get that one box. For some reason I was totally oblivious to that big crack in the garage door. I thought it was just a dead end. Sorry if you... And again we have to disembark. Spit it out. I'll try to see if we could absorb it there, but no. Apparently not. And I thought to myself, is this big bull a boss? It looked like a boss. It looked like the capacity to be a boss, but with no health bar showing up, it's just an enemy. But either way, I had to use my cutting skills. I had to keep my distance because I was scared of getting hit. And soon we found a star. We needed to transport ourselves to the next part of the level. A part of me thought that was the end of the level already. I thought that's quite short, but it turns out no. Just a cutscene. And here we are, and it looked like we've gone to a big battlefield. Cannons were firing senselessly. The enemies trying to wipe us out already, by firing everywhere. So we're just dodging all these cannons firing senselessly. So we managed to replenish our health there, and I was just searching through. I wanted to be as thorough as possible. This is a demo. I didn't know how long it was going to be. We did predict 3 levels, though I could have been wrong. We had over 200 star coins, and then we found out we could absorb another item. A cone. Yeah, there's an amazing spike downward, kind of reminiscent of Drill Mario in Super Mario Galaxy 2. So we try to put it to use, and when you play the full game, remember to go for the bins. They're very useful. And now we also get to see the drills here. All sorts of things can be found in cracks beneath the surface. So, that's quite an interesting way. Trouble is that moves its only attack when in cone form, so you have to be very careful. Try to intercept that charging bull there, but no avail. But there I got it, and one hit as well. I don't know if I damaged it in the previous strike, I do not know. Probably didn't. So, you can bust the water pipes, and before you know it, you're rising up, and there are hidden achievements that you can try and complete. Me, I just thought they were objectives at the time. That was me being stupid, but yeah, I'm aware of hidden achievements now in this game. Try and achieve as many as you can, if not all of them. And again, we have to spit out the cone. Part of me didn't want to leave that cone because I think it was good. It was a good idea. And there's a Waddle Dee we have to rescue. And we get some new forms. I decided to go for the bomber. I was I was just wondering what to use at the time. And we have a mini boss on our hands. I was a bit panicking because the bombs weren't detonating straight away. But at the end, I just ran off and tried to lure the enemies towards the blasts. That first one didn't work. But then I realised you can just throw them at the right time and you can get the enemies. Just keep throwing the bombs, be incessant a little bit, and there you go. And then we have a small mini boss. Or a boss if you like. So this one's called Wild Edge. And I didn't know what those stars meant at the time, but I just pounded him with bombs until there was nothing left of him really. And he was getting angry. So you better be careful with that sword. It looks like it has the potential to cut a lot of, maybe half your health bar. I was never... and there we go. So, that's him down. End the boss. And apparently you have to finish him off with a blow. And you get the sword option if you want. And before you know it, you can free the Waddle Dee. And that's another hidden objective in this level. There are 3 Waddle Dees to try and save. I still don't know if it's really a hidden objective or a main objective. Either way, we completed that, and we're on to the next part. And it felt very odd travelling through this abandoned city. Where are the people? Did something terrible happen? It makes you wonder. Anyway, with the bombs you can get them to detonate within nanoseconds of deploying them. Just throw them to enemies. You might have to be quite close to them. You do. I decided to drop the ability and become Link Kirby again with the sword because it seems to be the most effective so far out of this entire demo. And if you come up here, you can absorb the lock to open a ball, and there's a hidden Waddle Dee. So if you spit out and just rescue the Waddle Dee, there you go. Very good. I wasn't sure what really happened here, and I kind of hovered over it. I thought, did you have to destroy them? But it turns out that you couldn't ingest them, you had to just jump on them. Thereby unlocking those coins. I decided to get Link back. Link Kirby, I should say. And we collected the coins. So, that's a hidden part there. You want to look up for hidden achievements as you go along, viewers. I decided to see what was in these boxes real quick. Some items to replenish your health and some coins. So everything's been good. We've got another sleeping enemy here that has to be taken out. Brings a whole new meaning to the term Rude Awakening. Anyway, over here is this creepy lizard thing. And over further was another cutter. I decided to be thorough and look for hidden gains first before moving on. Had to take out those bunnies as well. This bunny was constantly jumping over me and it was getting quite annoying. But eventually, we managed to take him down. Not too bad if I don't say so myself. So, I hope this voiceover is okay by the way. Yeah, it is. So, up here, there was another enemy. I took him down. And I went on to take on this enemy, but realised that with a sword, I wasn't really doing well. But I tried to use the sword to attack him, but it suddenly dawned on me that I would have to try and get the cone, and I had to cut the wire first, and then that enemy replenished. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. I decided to... With that, the cone's available. The cone is the only way to defeat this giant lizard concrete block guy. After taking down that enemy, we use the mouthful. We have to drop ability and absorb the cone. Well, we didn't have to. You can't jump on its neck, because that will just cause you damage. It has spikes on its neck. But one blow from Kirby, cone mouth, destroys the enemies. And with that, three hidden Waddle Dees are saved. I still found it a bit odd that you had to save the Waddle Dees, because I always thought they were the bad guys. Remember how they helped King DDD in Smash Bros. Brawl? It is a bit confusing. But either way, we done our bit, and we went up ahead. We had to go higher up, and we see more of this abandoned city. And it does look as if something unspeakable happened to it, and it does make you curious. And you can't go in that way as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. May not have been in the right form. Anyway, we scaled up to the top. There was a hidden ball. Watch out for its charge attack, whatever you do, and it apparently jumped to its death. So, we continued our way forward. And how we get up here is you had to punch a hole into that pipe and let the water take you down. Ow, and I got hit This guy will constantly try and get you, so you have to be very careful. I was struggling, as you could probably tell. You have to look for a pipe, and it really was getting bad. Luckily I found some replenishing items in this hidden crack. I decided to wait until he had launched the attack before I moved. Don't be fooled by the plastering. You can drill a hole in it, but you have to lure the creature into using its attack to take the plaster off first. And you have to use the waterway to get on top of the creature, and one blow of the spike downward will bring down the boss and free another group of Waddle Dees. With that, the level's done. So, unfortunately there were two other achievements we didn't do. Make tulips blossom. I was never told anything about that. Then we get some hidden toys. So we know the story so far. Kirby's from the planet Popstar, and he woke up in a new world after being pulled into that storm. And we get another trophy, which is the radio. There's no description there though. And with that, we hopped on the star, headed back all the way to the next bit. This is called the Brawl at the Mall, and there was quite a menacing character in the image, which does make you wonder what's going to happen. Part of me was worried if there's going to be a haunted theme and there's to be ready for any jump scares. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's not a haunted theme. They usually don't come till later in the game. It was still bright and sunlight was still coming through the mall, and it was quite eerie, the fact that there were no people in there. It does make you wonder what happened in this world. Could be a secret dark side of Nintendo that was yet to be unearthed. Nintendo has already shown some dark sides of their content already, but you never know. I'm no conspiracy theorist. All I can say is that whatever happened to this mall was something of a dark nature, I think. Anyway, we progressed this way, and there was some rumbling, but I wasn't sure what it was, and we got some new forms. This one allows Kirby to have ice breath, which is quite interesting. But as it turns out, we it would be put to the test, and Kirby can ice skate as well. And I thought, who the heck is that? I thought, well, kind of thought that way. And he had eyes, and I had to run, but it jumped to a cutscene. And the game told me to use the control stick. I just ran, and it turns out that this is a boss. Gorimondo. And he has a Waddle Dee on his chain, so we have to take him down. I didn't know what those stars were at first. I'm still new to Kirby, so I hope I haven't angered anyone. I thought I was going to have to get him with my ice breath, which you can do, but there's one problem. You have to do it quite close up, because the ice breath is short range, as you could see probably there, but I was able to inflict some damage, maybe even freeze him, but that was only slowing him. It wasn't really doing much, and I had to take evasive maneuvers because he was using all sorts of ground pounding, and I got hit there. I still thought that playing as Ice Kirby was the key, and did not really think that those stars... I did not think that those stars would be any use, so I just kept doing what I could. Breaking free from Gorimondo there doesn't do any damage, so as it turned out. Going, and before we knew it, we were in a situation where we had to get all the stars. The trouble is the stars don't stay up for very long. Stars could work, as it turns out. Trouble is you had to hit them numerous times with it. You have to be on the lookout for his attacks. One thing you can say though is don't focus on doing your attacks up and close. Ow, I got hit there. Things were looking bleak as we... Things were looking... Not looking bleak, I don't know why I said that. And we were doing more proper damage to Gorimondo. Just had to keep it up. The best upside is that you can shoot at him from long range, so you don't have to worry about getting mixed in either's attacks. Just be on the lookout for when he throws rocks. And this was really just the cycle. I just had to keep shooting as many stars as I could at him. Trouble is, stars don't appear for that long, and you have to be very quick when you see one, because within a second they just vanish. I'm not sure if it's just a second, or if I'm exaggerating, but it does seem they only stay out there for such a short time. So, we were getting there, and Gorimondo was getting quite angry. He was trying a new tactic now. It's a bit like Bowser when you fight him on Super Mario Galaxy. And this move in particular was very dangerous. He tries a tornado effect. And it's not giving up his ground pounding either. You can tell that he's kind of copying off Donkey Kong from Smash Bros. Brawl. And the other Smash Bros. Games. Okay. So, we were getting there, but he was also still pumping his punch tornado move, trying to get us. He does get dizzy, and his got his temporary down. I think that this game is, so far, has proven very good. The bosses are very interesting. And they're bound to get more interesting once the full game is out. I saw a chance, and I seized on it. And Gorimondo was beaten. And with that, we freed those Waddle Dees, and that was the end of the demo. And because I completed the demo, I got a present code, clear demo, which I could use at the Waddle Dee liveries. And now there's going to be a story, so I'm just going to keep quiet while it plays. And that pretty much marks the end. Thank you very much for watching. I will do a walkthrough of this game once it's come out. So this was actually, I used my voice for the first time. I will be using my voice in some videos and text in some videos. So please like, comment and subscribe as it helps the channel out. And I'll see you later.